Hello and welcome to the Coaches Show. This is Gary Livengood along with head basketball coach Barry Sanders. Coach had a big ball game last week, East Fairmont, Region 1, Section 2 opponent, plus an NCAC opponent. Again, you're on the road, again down in Fairmont. First quarter, you're down, 14-13.
Yeah, we hit a three at the buzzer just to get to there. We didn't handle their 1-3-1 to start with. The kids were mentally, I don't think they was ready to play, and you could tell that after the first quarter.
Your shooting percentage was about as low as the weather. I mean, the temperature is outside. I mean, you shot very poor. Evidently, that 1-3-1 really did something to your offense.
Well, my guards, whether it was Connick or Clint or Cody, they passed the ball from one side to the other, but every time they received it, they'd be 35 feet from the basket. We started doing much, much better when we started throwing from one side to the other and catching the ball at 19. You're a threat. You're not a threat at 35 feet. And they kept doing that, and the boys finally got out of that, which was good.
You did a little bit better in the second quarter. You outscore East Fairmont 16-6, and you lead it to half 29-20.
Yeah, they thought that was the time to celebrate. They all thought that that they would just roll over them, and they come out in third period, and East Fairmont went on like an 8-2 run or whatever, and cut the lead down, and
they outscore you 15-12 in the third quarter, and take a 41-35. You have your lead is cut to 41-35.
We never lost the lead again. I mean, after that second quarter, but yeah, they come out and hit some threes. You got to play defense. You got to quit jumping up at them and letting them go by you.
Again, it was an ugly win, but a win's a win's a win. It's an ugly win, but it just seemed that 1-3-1 defense really stymied your. And it looks like the East Fairmont boys were coming out, pressuring your boys. I mean, coming right at you.
Well, like I said, we weren't aggressive enough to, we got aggressive, and it helped. But you leave a team in that long and let them start hitting threes and stuff, and they stayed in the rest of the game.
Well, East Fairmont was like 4-4 on the season thus far. Well, let's go ahead. In the fourth quarter, Connick and Golf start scoring. Connick knocked down two trays. Colton Golf really came through in the fourth quarter. You outscore East Fairmont 22-18, and you finally take a 10-point lead, 63-53 win over East Fairmont Bees.
And it's nice to get a win. Anytime you get down, you get a win. The kids. They're kids, I'm sure I couldn't block their mind out from last year's sectional where they were up 39-0, and they were playing the same team, and I guess I don't do a very good job getting their mind straight, because I didn't till late in the game.
And again, your shooting percentage for the whole game was under 30%.
We were 19 for 50, whatever that is.
19 for 50. You're not going to win very many ball games 19 for 50.
And that's 33, 34%, which is bad. So
shooting percentage was way down. Murray gets in early foul trouble, and you leave him in the ball game.
He didn't foul out, did he?
What did you tell him after he picked up his third foul in the second quarter?
You told me to have confidence in you. Don't be fouling out. And he didn't, but he didn't play his normal rough self. And then Golf ended up getting 4 fouls there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I didn't take either one of them out.
53 points, East Fairmont. Most points you've given up this season.
They played pretty good offense. Put the ball in the hoop.
Offensively, you had 4 players in double figure. Colton Golf leads the way with 19. Murray has 14. Thompson 12. Connick 12. Connick had 3 trays on the evening, but probably the most important was 2 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Connick missed probably. He had 3 field goals. I think he was 3 or 4 for 12, and he missed 4 field goals that he never misses. They're just little jump shots at the top of the side of the key, little 15-footers. We did the Bill Bradley drill the other night after the East Fairmont game when we had practice. He hit 13 for 13 like it's nothing, and he disappointed him a little bit how he shot from those little 10, 12, 14-footers.
But it's more difficult when you got some defender coming at you all the time.
Yeah, but
I think that's what East Fairmont was trying to do.
He was open most of the time. He did a pretty good job.
Okay. Win number 7?
8.
Win number 8?
Yeah.
This is probably your best start in your 28 years of coaching, isn't it?
best start. Best opening
8-0.
year start. Yeah.
So you take off, beat East Fairmont. Again, it was a very important win, not only an NCAC win, but it was also a Region 1 Section 2 win.
If you want to have your sectionals at home, you got to be top seed.
So that was very important. And Coach, last week the first Associated Press high school boys basketball poll came out. Preston, number 2.
Yeah, Winning Park's number 1 too. Them aren't. I mean, they're better than the prep sports and stuff rankings, but you look at South Charleston's 3-2, and they're ranked 7th. Morgantown's 3-1. They're ranked 9th, and Morgantown beat South Charleston.
Yeah.
Beat them pretty good, like 12, 14 points. So you don't know how they're going to rate people.
But it's not that these rankings in basketball don't mean a thing, but it does bring recognition to your boys and to your school about what
kind of program you have, and it also makes the kids, they got to walk through the halls, and kids read the paper. They know they're number 2, and that's all. One other thing, it puts a little X on your back.
It puts a big target on.
Put that target on there, and I'm sure East Fairmont's seen that target. And I told the boys, everybody's going to play you hard.
That's right, because hell, number 2 ranked team, and that's what the coach is telling them in practice. Hey, the number 2 ranked team in the state is coming into our gym tomorrow night. What are we going to do about it?
Yep, and they're undefeated. Let's give them that first loss.
Yeah, Wheeling Park. Of course, we'll talk about them. They lost their first game to Archbishop John Carroll last night. Wheeling Park 1, Preston 2, George Washington 3. That's the only loss George Washington have is Wheeling Park. Yeah. Hedgesville, of course, Washington had their first loss, and you know who beat Washington last night?
Martinsburg
Bulldogs, and we'll talk about that later on. Logan, the team that you were supposed to play yesterday.
They're 3-3 now.
They beat Winfield. South Charleston, the team that Morgantown went down and beat in Charleston.
Yep.
And of course, Morgantown, team that you beat. Woodrow Wilson. Don't forget those Beckley high-flying fellas. Ron Kidd. They're back again.
They'll always be there.
And Parkersburg 4-0. Fairmont Senior, team coming up here later on, is ranked. Received some votes.
7-1 or something like that. Maybe 8-1.
I think after last night's win over R.C. Byrd, I think they're 8-1 right now. And looking at single A, Tucker's not doing too well right now. They're out of the top 15. So, but I'm sure Tom Gutshaw will come back.
If you remember, Tucker got beat by Philip Barber. Tucker beat Elkins, then Tucker got beat by Philip Barber in the Christmas tournament by 4, and then played him the next week, and Tucker beat Philip Barber by 20.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. When he plays at his place, he's tough to beat.
So again, this ranking, number 2 ranking, is probably the highest that Preston's ever been. I know we were in the mid 5, 6, 7, 8 range last year.
Yeah, we had a 5 last year.
Yeah, and so again, congratulations to you and the boys for their early season ranking.
It's good for the school.
Yeah, I know. Really, when it comes down to the state tournament and anything else, it doesn't mean a thing, but it gives you some recognition. And looking at the NCAC, this is the last year probably for the NCAC, and wouldn't it be nice to win the final championship?
Yeah, sure would.
You haven't, Preston hasn't won an NCAC championship, have we?
No, we won 2.
1-2? Okay. Because
2007 we won it, and 2000 some of my banners in the gym.
Okay.
We won twice.
We were talking about the other night, and I said, I said, I can't remember, but I'll ask Coach Sanders.
We won it twice.
Okay, you won the NCAC twice.
And the Big Ten twice.
Yeah. And we're looking right now, Preston, you're 8-0. Overall record, you're 3-0 in the NCAC. West Fairmont's 8-1 overall. We've only played 1 game.
And University High.
Yeah. North Marion 7-3. Of course, some of those 7 wins are against a couple single A and the double A schools, but they're 7-3 and have only played 1 game in the NCAC. They're 0-1. Morgantown 4-1 overall, 1-1 in the NCAC.
Yeah, they beat North Marion the other night.
East Fairmont 5-4, 0-1 in the NCAC. University High 3-6 overall, 0-2. University High's lost a couple real close games, but they turned around and beat Jefferson the other night. So it was a nice win for Coach Engel.
And you figure there's only 10. You only got 10 NCAA games, really.
Yeah.
2 with each one.
Yeah. Looking at some other scores, one that was surprising, West Fairmont, a team that you got coming up here Thursday at Knights Castle, beat University High School 68-61 in overtime.
I watched it. It was a whale of a ball game.
And a team, of course, you beat University High School 52-34, if scores mean anything.
They don't.
And Wheeling Park went down to Washington, D.C. to play in a tournament.
John Carroll.
Archbishop John Carroll, 66-65. Their first loss of the year.
They're not going to lose very many.
Last night, West Fairmont beats R.C. Byrd 49-47 to move to 8-1.
They got back a loss that Byrd beat West Fairmont earlier in the year.
Yeah. And of course, R.C. Bird's having a down year. I think they've only won 3 games so far in the season.
See where Martinsburg's won 3 in a row.
Yeah. And since you put the thumping on Martinsburg, they've came back right now. They're 5-2. And Steve Blake, our director, gave me an article. Number 5 Washington Patriots down in Panhandle's ranked number 5 in the state. It says Dogs knock off undefeated Pats, 62-50.
Yep, they're going to knock off a lot of people.
So it shows you how good a ball team that Martinsburg has when you go into the Washington Pats and knock them off last night. Elkins beats RBC Byrd 49-40.
Yep.
East Fairmont beat Elkins 80-69. West Fairmont beats Allegheny 72.
Allegheny's very down this year.
47. University, again, we talked about University 58-50 over Jefferson. Logan evens their record by beating Winfield 59-42.
Yeah, we moved that game to January 25th.
January 25th.
It's a Tuesday.
So the Logan game on the road again, down Logan.
January 25th.
January 25th. North Marion win last night.
Over Brook.
Brooks only won 1 ball game all season. They beat them 87-77. So that's North Marion's.
So our sectional's lining up. You got North Marion with 7 wins, West Fairmont with 8 wins, and East Fairmont with 5 wins. That's
your section. That Region 1, Section 2 is pretty strong right now when you look at the wins that the teams have.
Yep.
Big game coming up Thursday. You're only in second game at tonight's Castle this year, Coach. The West Fairmont Polar Bears come into town to play. Again, very important because it's an NCAC opponent, plus it's a Region 1, Section 2 opponent. And right now, West Fairmont is 8-1 on the season.
Yep.
And you look back through their only loss, again, was early in the season to R.C. Byrd. They lost 42-38. They beat University 68-61. Elkins 69-51. But they have some nice wins.
Yes, they do.
Big rivalry. Because last year, West Fairmont put a hurt on us 3 times. 64-63, 67-53, 57-42. And that was a big one because that was in the sectionals. And that really basically probably kept us from going to the States.
Well, you had to go to Wayland Park instead of somebody coming to my place.
Yeah.
You know, we owe them. I hope we can use a little revenge factor here.
Okay.
Every time we played them, we had a 7-day break the first time before we played them. They had a 14-day break the second time we played them. And then the third time we played them, we played 9 games in 11 days. So it just wasn't a normal season.
And Coach Retton lately has seemed to, he does something to his defenses that kind of gets your offense out of whack.
He doesn't have the size to get his defense to do that this year. He's small. He's not.
Well, looking at his roster,
he starts Colby Basetich, who's about 6'3", and he starts Trevon Horton, Andrew Mara, the freshman number 0, Marion Hilson. They start him. Yeah. And they start one of the other guys.
So they got 2 seniors,
yeah.
2 seniors, 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman.
Yeah.
And they're 8-1 right now. So evidently they're playing together and doing something right.
I mean, their schedule hasn't been that tough. They haven't played a really good team yet. They didn't get to play Martinsburg.
Didn't get to play Jefferson.
They didn't get to play Jefferson, so they played Elkins and Bridgeport. Both are not very good. Jefferson's not that good. Buchanan's not very good. Byrd got beat by Elkins, so I don't think Bird's that good. Nitro's terrible. Riverside's terrible. University's not that very good. And Allegheny's terrible. So he's really had a nice beginning. And it's great to have that kind of beginning, especially with sophomores.
Yeah.
And have a freshman point guard.
Again, Coach Dave Retton, again, has had good luck against you. He does something on defenses to disrupt your offense.
Well, last year was the first time he'd beat me in a long time. I'd beat him 3 years, maybe 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Every game I beat him. So last year we'll just have to get back this year.
Yeah.
Get the weather to cooperate this week, so we can play him on Thursday and North Marion on Saturday, and have the number 1 seed and going our way for the tournaments, sectional tournaments.
So don't forget Thursday night, Knights Castle, the 8-1 West Fairmont Polar Bears come in and play the 8-0 Preston Knights. It's not only an NCAC matchup, but it's also a Region 1 Section 2 matchup. So if you want to see a nice ball game and 2 good AAA teams, come out to the Knights Castle on Thursday night.
Should be a good game. We hope to come out on top.
Also coming up, Coach, on your schedule, North Marion, you play on the road on January the 15th. North Marion right now 7-3. Coach Freeman only has 2 returning lettermen from last year, but they're not very big.
Well, they shoot through. I think they had 12 threes against Morgantown the other night in their 89-60 loss. I think it'll be tough to play. I mean, they played some single A's and some double A's, and even played Trinity. Trinity beat them.
Yeah, but the one school went down to Musselman. And Musselman's usually a pretty good ball team. They went down to Musselman, beat Musselman 94.
There were some players not playing that game.
But anyway, the last win was last night. They went down to Brook and beat Brook 87-77. Of course, Brook only has 1 win on the season.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the players to watch, the Troy Shuckboy, he's the leader, guard. He's only 6 foot, but the kid he's their assist leader. He's one of their scoring leaders. And Brad Hamrick, 6'3" seniors, a good scorer for Coach Freeman. Drew Snyder, and of course sophomore junior Zach Jett. He's probably their biggest player, 6'4". No matchup problems, are there?
Well, they don't play very good defenses. I mean, they had 12 threes against Morgantown, but you have 12 threes against Morgantown, and you end up giving Morgantown 89 points. That's a lot of points. You can't give up 89 points.
No, and of course, you've had some good luck against North Marion over the years.
Yeah, we'll do pretty good when we get down there.
And so good luck. Again, very important game, especially for the Region 1 Section 2.
Yep, definitely.
So good luck. That'd be hopefully 9-0. Preston going down to North Marion and playing
10-0. We hope.
10-0?
If we beat North Marion.
Okay. 7-0. Be a good start. So North Marion on the road on January 15th. Then you come back, Coach, and you have some home games.
And Wheeling Central at home on Tuesday, and University High home on Thursday.
Not to look ahead, but I'm reading in the Dominion Post Sports section this morning about Oak Hill on 7:30 at University High School on January 27th. Oak Hill, you always see Oak Hill, number 1 team in the nation.
Right now they are, yes.
Tell us a little bit of how you got involved in this primetime shootout.
They wanted teams from West Virginia, 2 or 3 or 4 to be in it to showcase their players, and Tom's in it, Coach Esther, Morgantown High, William Parks in with Coach Jebby, and I decided I'd get in.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be quite a game. I just hope we can be respectable. I mean, they got Nathan Queen. He's Division I. He already signed with Duke. 6'6" and 6'7", 267, 6'6" boys both signed with Arizona, and I don't know who else, Connecticut or one of them. So it's going to be very, very difficult. But you got to showcase your boys' talents too. I think the kids worked hard enough to deserve to showcase their talents, and
I'll bet you'll see Coach K and probably some of those major college coaches will be there watching those players.
Well, he's already got Queen signed, so I don't know if he'll be there or not. He'll send an assistant.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's looking ahead for the Preston Knights.
There's a schedule in today's paper if anybody wants to know scheduled times when they play the games.
So we'll go to University High School and play on the 22nd, and I think it'll go down if you get a place to get in, because boy, I bet that place will be crowded.
I don't know. I've never been to one. I figure we'll be. A lot of big time games. There's 6 or 7 to top 10, top 20, top 40 players.
Uh-huh. All right, let's quickly the Watch TJ and James Watch. West Virginia Wesleyan right now is 6-3. They won on the 5th of January, 86-80. TJ played 14 minutes and had 10 points. Pretty good production for minute-wise and point-wise. That's the only game they had up until then. Seton Hill is 7-6 right now. They beat Bluefield College 84-75, and James didn't get a play. They beat Ohio Valley College 95-80, and James didn't get in. But Seton Hill right now 7-6 on the season. So coming up, and of course the bad thing about it, on the 13th of January, Seton Hill and West Virginia Wesleyan play each other, and of course we play West Fairmont.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, big game coming up, and it'd be great to see James and TJ be able to get in the same game and play against each other.
Yep.
And we don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's on the 13th. Coach, it's approaching mid-season already, and are you about where you thought you would be this time of year before the season started?
Well, you always want to be undefeated. It's nice that we are undefeated. Kids, I know we're not scoring as many points as we were first of the season, but we're not giving up for anything either. We're giving up about 42 a game, so that's pretty good. I think we're where we want to be. We just haven't gotten into a part of our schedule that are must-wins. East Fairmont was a must-win, and Fairmont Senior's a must-win, and North Marion's a must-win. So the next three are must-wins because it's sectional tournament. And if we get ranked and we don't lose any of those sectional tournament games, we're going to be number one in our section. We'll host the sectional. Much better playing at home than going to East, West, or North.
Oh, yeah, because you've been very successful at the Castle over the years. Well, later on, again, we're going to talk more about the NCAC, and there's a big article in the Blue and Gold News about the OVAC classifications for next year and about the teams. And I'll get some information on the SSAC classification, because next year the SSACs will reclassify schools according to their enrollment in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade.
Well, they're raising the double A numbers and lowering the triple A numbers. It's going to be like East, West, and North could all be double A next year.
Well, I was looking at those numbers. We're looking. Hopefully, that won't happen. But
I think it will.
You think it'll happen?
Yep. At least two of them. They're going to the Big Ten.
Okay. Well, we'll look into that, and hopefully, because Preston's going to again become an independent, and personal opinion, I don't think that's good for the school and the athletic program.
But I like it. I can do what I want, play who I want.
But that's, again, it's with the minor sports is a really part of it. And the traveling.
I don't coach in minor sports.
I know. Traveling. With the price of gasoline now at over $3 a gallon, these parents probably, when they're doing all this traveling, when they're going to Wheeling and to Logan and to Martinsburg, you're talking about a lot of money.
Yep. Nothing we can do about that.
So, anyway, Coach, good luck against West Fairmont at tonight's Castle. Good luck on the road down North Marion, and hopefully you'll come back and to tonight's Castle with a 10-0 record here this week.
Yeah, we hope. We hope we can. Hope we can come back and get in even 9 or 10, 11 or 12-0.
Okay.
All 4 games we should. If we play good ball, we should win.
So, on behalf of Head Coach Barry Sanders, this is Gary Livengood thanking you for watching the Coaches Show.
Tires in good shape? Will they get you through the winter? Well, see the Tire Lady at Rainbow Tire. She's got just the right tire for your car or light truck, like the Kelly Snow Tracker, Mastercraft Glacier Grip 2, Firestone Winter Force, the Mastercraft Courser MSR, just the right tire for you. And remember, studs are available at Rainbow Tire. Head to Rainbow Tire in Masontown, then you'll be able to go just about anywhere.
Rainbow Tire.